Ooh.
Hey, Catalyst crew. Welcome to Catalyst Corner, episode 20. Oh my goodness, 20 episodes. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm excited. It's Wednesday, so we have Partially Proficient on with us, and yeah, let's get into it.
I'll try to bang the mic as little as possible.
In all fairness, though, I want to let the crew know we've made some changes.
Yeah, a little audio change.
More than just even that. We've changed quite a bit. So we changed up the way the studio is set up. We changed up the way that we're recording and everything. We got some new hardware in the studio, and you know, we're here. Hey, we're growing, so I want to make sure that we're giving our listeners the best experience we can.
Yeah.
If you're putting up with my lunacy and your lunacy, I want to make sure that at least it sounds good.
We want to be good for you. If I could, I'd go around every single one of you. Good old fashioned. Just for you.
So I think it's interesting because, we talk about this kind of every week. I always ask you how you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's a struggle. It's always a struggle and everything.
Yeah.
And we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, how if you had $1 billion, you'd just come in everybody.
Yeah.
So, like, the poor version of you is just giving out old fashions?
Like appreciation old fashions.
Okay. But is the...
Because I'm like a thankful person. What, I'm a fucking villain because I'm like,
No.
Hey, look, thanks for supporting us. Here's a little fucking handy jam from me.
No. I'm asking because does the if you get rich, are you still giving them out or no?
I think that if I'm richer, obviously our fan base has gotten large enough where I just don't have the hours in the day.
Yeah, but like, do you like to stay humble? Like, do you do like one a day, one or two a day or something?
I'd maybe jerk off. No, I'd probably jerk off like 3 or 4 fans.
Okay, so like it doesn't ever stop.
No.
Okay.
And you know what? I might even have people to jerk off a few more fans for me.
Yeah, but does that cheapen it a little bit?
It does, but like, look.
Because like, you get there and you expect.
That's just kind of the corporate aspect. If you get to be a billionaire, it's going to be a little depersonalized.
Right, I understand.
Right, so yeah, I have an assistant that jerks you off, but I'll be in the same room,
So you're like watching?
No, I'm jerking someone off too.
Oh, okay.
Again, I only got so many hours in the day.
Right, as we all do. So, I mean, at least you're making the effort.
So like maybe I'll throw a wink their way or something,
Yeah, just to give them whatever they need.
Right.
That's good. Well, I'm glad.
It's not totally depersonalized.
Listen, if this all works out, I'm glad to know that you're going to stay humble.
Yeah, I've put out immediately that I'm going to be jerking off fans.
Yeah, you seem like a very well-adjusted human. Let's, what are we drinking today?
Moat Mountain Scotty's IPA.
Where's this made from?
That is...
North Conway. Yeah. Let's give it a little tasty.
Oh, I've been tasting.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice. Mellow.
Even though we're a little late into our intro, how are you doing?
Oh,
You're jerking off random strangers.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm doing pretty good. I'm in a financial hole that is deepening with every passing day, but my mental health is doing relatively well, all things considered.
Yeah, it's very interesting that we are is this our 3rd or 4th recession?
I don't know. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I think I've become so divorced from the reality of my own money.
You just get used to it you're used to it at this point.
Like when I'm a little in debt, I get stressed, but when the hole gets so deep, I'm like, I can't dig myself out of this.
You can't even fathom it, so it's just like, how real could it be?
Yeah, I'm just like, whatever. What can they take from me?
I don't know. Something, maybe. They'll think of something, like they'll figure out a way to like harvest the dopamine receptors through the television or something.
What's the movie, like Repo or something? Start coming for organs.
Yeah, they're going to just take your organs. That's, I mean, not far off. So, we're traveling similar paths. It's tough. We're grinding it out, though, like everybody else is. So, just stay, we know. We're with you. Stay strong, everybody. It sucks.
Yeah.
But let's forget about that. Right. Let's talk about much more important things.
Yeah, the solution to those problems, if you will.
Yeah. So let's do some TikTok trends.
Yeah.
So are you aware of who the Liver King is?
Yeah.
All right. So for those who don't know, the Liver King is I don't even know. I don't know that I'd call him a bodybuilder. Maybe he's like a modern day bodybuilder. But he really kind of sells, like, it's weird because he sells the primal lifestyle. Primals.
I'm going to eat this monkfish whole and yeah.
Yeah, let me eat the raw monkfish and the testicles and, look at my incredible body because I'm sucking down raw meat.
Right.
So I thought it was interesting to bring this up just because we talked about Andrew Tate last.
Yeah.
And to me, the way that my brain processes information, there's a lot of similarities. And again, Andrew Tate is a lot more toxic than the Liver King. This is not an attack at the list. So if Liver King, I know you listen. So
yeah, we're not.
This is not me coming at you. I'd love to get you on the show. Come on the show. We'll talk to you. But it's a much different mentality than Tate, but it's in the same vein.
Right. It's the masculine image. Hey, yeah, I think that's a problem with a lot of people nowadays. They just feel like masculinity is challenged and that, if I sell this to people, they're going to buy it. I can fix your problems with feeling inadequate as a man.
You're not being masculine enough. So if you lean into your manhood, it'll get better.
So I'm going to sell you this supplement, or I'm going to sell you these courses that are going to make you more masculine, solve your problems.
Or just eat some raw liver.
Yeah, eat this raw liver, get botulism, and you're going to be more of a man.
It's just, the problem of it all is this too, and I would even say this swings back to like superheroes and everything. Those body types are not normal.
They're not sustainable by any fucking means.
No, right. And that's the other part of it is like, to a degree, could you achieve that without chemicals or supplements? Maybe.
Yeah, they did back in the day, but they would maintain it for a fucking week or two for competition, and then it would be gone again.
I think it's a lot more accurate. And you know what? I think the healthiest way for us as a society to move forward on all of this is to say, like, hey, just so you know, I do mainline HGH, or I do take these steroids or whatever it is.
Yeah, he's pumping himself full of horse testosterone and whatever else.
Because the fact of the matter is it still takes work to get there. It's not like you get to just inject these chemicals and sit on the couch and you're going to be the Liver King.
Sure. No, he's working out. He's got a personal trainer who helps him out. Just as every primitive man did.
Yeah, well, everyone knows that the cavemen, they had their wife, they killed their food, and then obviously they had their live-in trainer Johnny.
They had their live-in dietitian.
Yes, who made sure that they were eating at exactly 11:59.
They were harvesting the horse testosterone.
Exactly. The point of it is, though, is that at least if you say to the people right at the beginning, I can help you achieve a healthier lifestyle with my program, but if you want to look like me, you got to be ready to inject some chemicals. At least you're not making your reality as unattainable. Like, if you said it to me, it's just, you go like this. All right, cool. Well, I don't want to inject chemicals, so like I'm never going to look like you, but at least your program helped you get there. Yeah. Just be honest.
I don't think he is eating that.
What do you mean?
He's not just eating raw meats and shit. It's all for show.
I'm aware that it's for show,
so
but it's like, don't market that as like a health food cure then.
He's full of shit. They all are. That's marketing. That's how it always has been. And that's why it's just, he's the latest in just such a strand of the same stupid thing over and over and over again. And the only thing that kind of differentiates him and makes him kind of fun is the comparison to Andrew Tate, where he leans into this like, I can make you more of a man. Because that's what everyone today is lacking. Everyone feels like they need to be more of a fucking man. And
I don't feel that way.
No, me either, dude. I guess maybe that's why I don't buy the fucking Andrew Tate classes and go fucking poison myself on raw food.
But I think what it is, and that we'll put this to bed in a minute, but I think what it is my hero, like my archetype hero, is Aragorn.
Yeah, he's the fucking hero. Man.
He's the hero.
You know who else is a fucking hero?
Who's that?
Yeah, old Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah, he's the hero of the story.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to say this right now. If you think Frodo is the hero of the story of Lord of the Rings and not Samwise Gamgee, just stop listening. I don't even want I don't even want to have the discussion.
No, let's not sleep on. Look, we can get way, way too into the weeds of the whole fucking thing. I'm not going to argue this with you right now.
Sam is the hero.
Sam is one of the primary heroes.
Sure, I'm not saying that there's not heroic elements to a lot of the characters, but Sam is the hero.
Yeah, he's a pure archetypical hero.
Right. But I will say Aragorn is probably the greatest depiction, non-toxic masculinity of any fantasy sort of archetype character. I don't think there's another character that you can look at that spews masculinity in such a non-toxic form.
Yeah, he's equally capable of slaying hordes of orcs, and then he'll like hug his friends and tell them he loves them and go sing a song and
cry when Boromir dies and kiss his forehead, because again, he doesn't have anything to prove.
Right.
He's the man.
Right.
And to me, and this is kind of a picture into how I view things, that makes him much more of a man than, say, like a Liver King.
Right.
Because, yeah, he doesn't have to show you his muscles to say, no, I'm tough. If I got to kill orcs, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But I can cry when my friends who I love.
I guarantee the Liver King isn't. No.
It's just, yeah. I think it's just, I don't know. That's what it is. But let's move
weird
on from
fucking,
that.
Yeah.
I love me some Aragorn.
I know. We made a weird pivot on that one.
I know. Just to talk about my love of like the archetype that is Aragorn.
Yeah. It's a shared love. But you know what he was? He was a king.
Yeah. So let's talk about, listen, we've changed our format up. We try to be a little bit more current with everything. I've changed it up so we try to get our episodes out. The queen is dead.
Yeah.
Long live the king. It's a huge trend on TikTok now because obviously she's dead. So TikTok has run with this. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they go one of two ways with it. Okay. Or I should say one of three ways with it. You get the very, very basic, like, here's the coronation.
Right.
Right? Look at it. Look at it in its majesty.
Sure.
Royals. Then you go, these people are monsters.
Yeah.
Look at all these micros. Like, he's signing his name to the paper that makes him the king, whatever that fucking bullshit is. And he's angry because there's pens on the table.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, and he physically makes a face at his servants, I guess, because they have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Well,
yeah.
you're king.
I know.
Obviously.
It's just
you're
weird.
You're going to have them.
I know. Everything is weird to say. So he makes faces at the servants. Then how fucking dare you leave pens on the table? I picked
my
a pen.
goddamn table.
Yeah, get it the fuck away from me now.
I'm the goddamn king.
Right. You need to read my fucking mind. Get these fucking pens out. I'm going to kill your whole family. I don't know if he's like that.
Yeah, honestly, he should have physically struck them.
All right. So then, you laugh. It doesn't seem that far off with these people.
Yeah.
So, and then the third one is just like, oh, here's the emotional human element of it, of like, oh, this 70-plus-year-old man just lost his 96-year-old mother.
Right.
And they play the music, the sad music.
Right.
And it's like, look how strong he is, standing in front of her coffin.
That's just weird.
I know. So
it's weird on so many. It's a lot to unpack.
Because it's not wrong. Like, it's sad, of course.
It's sad. But then, you got to be like,
sad
okay.
Because you never have to worry about anything ever in the history of ever.
Sure. And also, you're 70 what?
He's 70-something.
Yeah, your mom had a real good run. You had her longer than most people ever will.
But it's interesting that the way that's how it's framed. Because people treat her like a grandmother.
See, I don't know what you mean.
Well, it's like you've actually lost someone.
Oh, to the people. She was a grandmother to the people.
To the people, right.
Yeah, that's insane.
See, that's insane to me, too. I don't discount that they help with their charities and they go to the events and all that sort of stuff, and maybe they push agendas that help other people. I'm not discounting any of that.
Maybe.
If you're hanging out over here in America and you're somehow affected by the fucking queen dying, that's weird to me.
Right. We
like, what relationship do you have to the fucking queen? We fought the fucking...
I was gonna say, we actively fought to disinvolve ourselves with that whole deal.
Dude, we had a fucking war. Like, people died.
We put tea in an ocean. We just pushed it overboard.
Yeah, that's how much we fucking are anti...
We were like,
and this is not a call... Listen, this is not anti-UK, right now. I love the UK. This is just trying to understand in 2022 why people are sad that a monarch who has, for all intents, no power, no political power.
Just a figurehead deal.
Right. Like, what are you crying about? Who fucking cares? 96, which is a great run for any human.
Right. And look, her partner Nosferatu had already died.
That's a theory. There's no confirmation that he's not still running around sucking the blood of the virgins.
Yeah, they didn't stake him down properly.
Yeah, he's just,
He was a haunting looking man.
He was dead for like years.
It could have been a Weekend at Bernie's situation.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. The funniest thing about the Royals to me is that is what money gets you. You should have been dead. He should have been dead for 10 years, and they had enough money where they could just keep him alive, and that's what you look like. Like, it's like, no. If you have enough money, like, you can pretty much stay alive for as long as you want-ish. But, you're going to be Dracula.
I don't blame him for letting it go there if that's what he did. He's like, you know what? He looked in the mirror. He's like,
I like to think that he didn't even have a choice. Like, he was like trying to actively die, and the queen was just like, no.
Oh, he's been forced into being some sort of ghoul.
Yeah, you don't get to leave me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's why, remember that picture in the car?
Oh, yeah, real,
like, distended, like, everything, like, the rigor mortis had already set in.
You know what it reminded me of? It kind of hit that Junji Ito Long Dream kind of look.
Yeah, oh my God, so much so.
He did.
Look that up for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about.
He was the scariest, by the end of it, right? And again, now, they had the last pictures of the queen where she had the same kind of like blue hands or whatever they fucking call it. That was just like him, though. Like his lips and his eyes and all that
King
shit.
Charles?
Yeah, King Charles.
Have you seen his fucking hands?
He's got some sausage fingers.
Sausage fingers is an understatement.
Oh, dude,
What
he's
is
a heart attack waiting to happen.
You see his rings?
Yeah, I don't even think you could take him off.
He looks like one of those Elden Ring fucking hands.
Yeah, kind of. He's like on his way to being an Elden Ring boss.
Like the hands are fused with the rings. There's no separating them.
Like, if you just let it go, like it's going to just absorb the ring, So I'm curious. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. What do you guys feel about the monarchy? Is it important? Is it a symbol of hope for the masses? Is it a dying animal that should be put out of its misery? Maybe you go, yeah, this monarchy shit, I don't know, like maybe we fund a hospital or 500 hospital.
It is weird, dude. I don't know. It's a whole fucking thing.
He's gorgeous, though, so I'll give him that.
Yeah, he's a beautiful fucking man.
Oh, my God. I can totally get it.
You get one of them old fashions. Charles, if you're listening, hit me up, man.
I like to think that, you go home and then, like, the British guard with the fucking big OEO hats on knock on my door. We're going to need Paul's address. Prince Charles shows up. He doesn't even have to say anything. He just opens.
Call him fucking King Charles, thank you.
Listen, King Charles opens the door fully erect.
Yeah.
You don't even get to say anything. You just got to start.
I would have. I wasn't going to start talking. No, I give him the nod.
All right. Listen, let's move on.
Yeah, all right.
So I want to talk about what's happened to me in the past couple weeks. For our listeners, and, even for you, I think you can attest to this. I don't like to go outside.
No, you're fucking a cave troll.
Sort of. It's a little more complex than that. I like to be around people of kind of like mind. I don't like to be around people that are just jerking off King Charles.
Oh, okay. I'll fucking fuck off then.
Just get out, please. Yeah. So after the mugging and all that bullshit, there's some negative connotation with outside, whatever that means. I took the dogs out last week, and we're in the yard. A helicopter I hear helicopter.
That's strange.
In the city, it's really not, though. Like, it could be the news. It could be somebody flying in and out. Like, helicopters where I live pass. It's not incredibly odd for my experience. So, it was still enough to look up.
Right.
Okay? Odd enough for me to go, what's going on here? But even with airplanes, and again, I live close to an airport, so I'm in a flight path. I still look up when there are airplanes if they don't sound like the airplane. Like, I know what
you're used to. Yeah.
Right. I know what a FedEx airplane sounds like. I know what a Southwest airplane sounds like. I know what a UPS. They all sound I can tell you from the sound. Helicopters, for some reason, I always look up at.
Yeah, I think everyone likes to look at a helicopter.
Right. It's usually
So, helicopter's rolling in, and I look up, and the sun is in my eyes.
Yep.
So I do the the thing, cover my kind of the sun with my hand, and then the helicopter starts to hover above my backyard.
Oh no.
Okay.
What's happening?
And we've covered this. I'm a bit of a hypochondriac.
Yeah, you're paranoid.
So he's hovering, and I'm thinking to myself, like, hey, that's kind of weird. It's
Yeah, they're coming.
not even. I'm just like, hey, I heard it. I looked up. It didn't seem like they were, like, this was the destination, but I looked up, and now they've stopped moving. And I'm like, is this paranoid, Evan, or are these motherfuckers hovering over my backyard right now?
They've come. Yeah, it's time.
so
I got to test it. I'm a scientist.
yeah.
Yeah. So I wait a few minutes. Not a few minutes. That's an exaggeration. I wait like 20 seconds, just to kind of be like, all right, they're going to move on, right? Because, like, it's just me. I've been in my house for 10 plus years. Like, what?
What's happening? Yeah,
Right.
this isn't
They
the
don't-
thing.
They don't move. Here's where the fear starts to creep in. I go, what did I do?
Yeah, what did you?
So now, right. So I'm starting to play it back. I'm like, did I do something? Did I say something on the podcast? Are they going to murder me?
Yes.
Because, like, I'm not doing anything online where I'm like, oh my God, they're coming.
Yeah.
You know? So, but I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, what could I have done? Did I, like, offend someone at the grocery store that's very important and I'm dead?
Yeah, they're sent. They're
I bumped
fucking.
into King Charles and I was like, fuck you, sausage fingers, and that's it. They
Yeah.
sent them.
Yeah, it's time.
So here's where so I've accepted the paranoia. I go, they're hovering.
Yep.
They're here for me. But they're not here for me because I played it out and I was like, I didn't do anything.
Okay.
So I said, okay, next logical, they're looking for somebody.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm that's where my brain goes. I'm like, all right, so something must have happened. They're probably looking for someone. I'm looking at them.
They're
think
looking at
they
you.
think
They're like,
looking
hey.
for me. And I said, so how do I not seem like whatever
You
they're
gotta
looking
just
for?
wave.
Nah, you know what I did?
What'd you do?
I threw a stick. I was like, all right, to the dog, go get a stick.
Are you fucking
As
out of
soon
your
as I
mind?
did that, they flew away. Fuck you.
You just,
You just
Nah.
wave.
I was like, you know what? If they see that I'm playing fetch with my dogs in my backyard, whatever they're looking for is not that. And they moved on. Now, I thought it was weird. And I wrote it off. I was like, okay, they're probably just looking. Then a second helicopter comes.
Oh no.
I know. It's a different helicopter. Like, I've noted this already because I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And it's a little more intense looking.
Oh no.
And so at that point, I start to go into anxiety mode because I'm like, did I do something that I don't even know is not okay?
And your ruse failed. They know it's you.
Right. And then I'm like, oh no, that I am going to die. So then I grab my phone. I'm sitting at this point because I'm trying to be
Well, this Apache is hovering over.
I'm trying to be nonchalant at this point, right? Because like I've committed to being outside.
Right.
I hate going out, but I'm like, oh, the dogs need to go out. I'm gonna be out here with them. One helicopter's looking at me, and I'm like, nah, couldn't be. A second helicopter starts to hover. I go, all right, come on now. I might be a hypochondriac, but fool me once.
2 helicopters.
Oh my God. So I don't do anything at this point, right? And they're just there. They're just there. So I'm not looking up anymore because I'm just like, I don't have any, like, I've relinquished control because I'm like, oh, if they're going to,
There's nothing
right. If they're coming, they're coming.
Right.
So then I go on the phone and I start searching because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because I know it's not, there's no way it's me. They think it's me.
Right.
So then I start getting excited and I'm like, I hope they take me so I can sue the fuck out of them. Take me.
Oh, you're gonna make so much money.
Yeah, I'm very excited now. I'm like, yeah, just fucking do it. Do it.
Grab me.
So, yeah, come and take me. I'm going to film the whole thing. Money is no longer a problem for this guy.
yeah.
So I look it up. Someone in on the bike trail murdered,
I heard.
stabbed to death
Yep.
someone. And I go, all right. And then as soon as like I read that and everything, like they hovered for a few more moments and they flew away. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, trust me, I hear about all of those in my line of work.
But I'm just saying, like, I hate going outside, and the one time I fucking go outside, I'm accused of, lightly accused of murder.
Yeah, they had not just one person look at you for it, but two.
That's what bothered me, is that the first helicopter I get, because, like, yeah, sure, I'm doing, like, it's very movie-like, right? Like, I'm looking at the helicopter covering the sun, like, you know.
Right.
It's very cartoonish, right? Sure, you got to stop and look. I get it. But I threw a stick to my dog, and the dog went and got it.
No.
That's enough.
No, it isn't.
No. When you send the second helicopter, and now it went from very lightly accused, like a watercolor version of accusing me of murder, to like oil paint.
So here's my thing. I think the throwing the stick to a dog is the wrong answer.
What do you do?
I said what I do. I wave. Because here's what you do. Yeah. If you are a murderer.
Yeah. You're not waving.
You're not waving at them. No. But if you're a murderer, you might throw a stick to a dog to get it off of you.
Oh, that's true.
It's foolish. It was a bad play.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a murderer, I guess.
Yeah, you might have done that.
This is my confession.
So whoever those helicopter pilots are, you had the guy.
No, they arrested him like 40 minutes before, which made me even angrier.
They already had him.
It was like, oh, a suspect has been arrested, as I'm reading the fucking newspaper article. And I'm just sitting there going like, I just want to be, like, I'm sitting there going, I don't even come outside, dude.
Yeah.
You already arrested the fucking guy. Fuck you.
They're going to look at you and be like, look at this guy.
That's probably what it was. It was like 3 in the afternoon, and they're just like, look at this fucking asshole at 3 in the afternoon.
Was the hair down?
Never. Hair's never down. Although, we'll do one more. We'll do one.
Hit me with it.
I was in the old depot.
Yeah.
Needed some grease.
Hate it.
White lithium grease. I'm looking in what I think is the right section. And I'm a little you see how I go out. I don't go out full homeless, but like I don't care. I'm not trying to be sexy. I'm not trying to like be fashionable. If I'm going out at this point, it's because I have to go out. I need the white lithium grease. I can't make the grease, so I gotta go get it. Lucas White Lithium Grease. I want everyone who listens to know I use you, and I expect a full sponsorship moving forward.
By tomorrow.
Do you like white lithium grease? Do you need to lube things up? Lucas has got you covered.
Often. The best.
Yeah. They're going to sue me to oblivion. They're like, don't do fucking commercials for us, you piece of shit murderer. So, I'm in Home Depot. Yeah, I'm in Home Depot, you know, pretty disheveled, right? And this woman, unprompted, I'm just looking for the grease, says to me, it's late too. It's like 8:45 at night. They close at like 9:30. It's late. She says to me, I wasn't looking at her. We didn't make eye contact. My back was turned to her. So it's not even like there was, you know, like you make eye contact with people and maybe there's that awkward, like, oh, I got to say something. No. This was, I need to call attention to this person so they will turn and speak to me situation. And she goes, you look like Jesus.
You're Lord and Savior.
And so I go, oh, I don't know about all that because I don't know how to respond to that because I'm not used to talking to strangers. And you're going to lead with, hey, you look like my savior. Yeah. It's just like, well, I'm not. I can't even fucking tie my shoes in the morning. Like,
yeah, you were suspected of murder earlier.
Right. Like, do you know? Yeah, exactly. There were helicopters flying over it. Like, people thought I was killing. It goes one of two ways. You're Manson or you're Christ.
Yeah, it's one, the very opposite sides of the same coin.
Yeah. So I said, I don't know about all that. And then she says this line where it's like, how long is your hair? And then I realized I didn't have it tied tight. You know, I normally put it in tight. Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah, it goes like a little bit below my shoulder blade. And she goes, well, it's beautiful. And I'm thinking to myself, like, and we've talked about my disability, very dry hair. And she goes, what condition? She goes, what do you use? And I go, what? You mean for like shampoo? Here's where like the man comes in because I'm just like, I don't fucking whatever's in the fucking bathroom. I don't know.
Whatever was at the end of the aisle that said 2-in-1.
No, I let my partner. So here's the thing. So I have long hair, right? So the one nice thing about having the long hair and not giving a fuck what anybody thinks is I don't care if it smells like fucking daisies and roses and fucking sunshine and rainbows. So my partner buys the shampoo. She buys good
Sure.
shit. I'll just use that. And as a result, I get nice, healthy hair. Like the woman at Home Depot asked me, she's like, what are you using? I'm like, I don't know. I get it online. I have no fucking idea. Right. And then she makes this comment, which almost offended me. I think that men get everything that women want just much like with no effort.
What did she mean by this?
Just that I have silky long hair and she is trying to do that and it's harder for her.
That's a weird statement.
So I thought the same thing. I think we don't know each other at all.
Yeah, lady, I know nothing about you.
Right. But I'm crazy enough to digest that statement and go, do you expect me to just draw inferences about your life based on that one statement?
Is that what you said?
No.
No.
That's what.
No, I was gonna say, wow.
That's what the internal version of me said.
Yeah, all right.
You know what the external version of
What'd
me
you
did?
say?
Pshaw.
yeah, a little hand wave off.
That's what happened on the outside.
Yeah, because that's the societally acceptable reaction.
But in the moment, so I'm getting better about my processing speed. In the moment, I was thinking, I have two choices right now. I can go pshaw at 9:30 at night, or I can look her dead in the eyes.
And engage this woman.
I just thought it was a weird, so then I blessed her and I left.
Yeah, you gave her a little fucking hand gesture.
Of course, I had. I mean, you called me Christ at the beginning. I got to give you something.
Yeah, you got it.
In her mind, maybe she goes like, maybe Christ came. And I'm thinking like, well, I don't want to leave her with nothing. You know?
Her little interaction with the Savior.
I just want to keep the mystery alive. I'm a showman.
Yeah.
Like she'll tell that story in like 30. She's like, maybe Jesus came down to that Home Depot.
So let me backpedal a bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Helter Skelter.
But
onto the Manson-ish.
Yeah, I'm saying like I'm trying to make someone's day, even though they're making these grandiose fucking statements, and you just go right back to race war, huh?
Yeah, well, it's just one of those things that's been it's been prevalent lately, and like a lot.
Not for me. What? I'm getting accused of murder.
Let me explain, you murdering fuck.
Yeah, all right. Be careful though, because I'm a killer. Psycho killer. That's it. That's all we can give him, because otherwise it costs money.
Yeah. Anyways, it brings up for me.
Yeah, what do you got?
You like, how aware are you of the like AI art shit that's been out there recently?
I've been doing some research into it, because obviously with Catalyst, right? We do.
Right.
I do my own art, and then I have some other artists that are local and global that are independent, because I only want to work with I don't want to work with like corpos, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe I do, but like it's where we're at right now. It feels really good to help other artists get their art out there.
Get a start out, you know?
For sure. And I'm more than willing to work with corpos with their IPs, but I like the idea of being able to help, you know, smaller artists kind of get their visions out to kind of our platform.
Right.
So we have 4 or 5 people that we work with right now, and it's growing every day, because there are, you know, again, and the thing of it is like, it's not just me going like, send me your artwork.
Yeah.
I gotta like what you're doing.
Right.
I'm a snob. I gotta like it.
Sure. Right. Not any old thing.
No, for sure. But part of, you know, doing my own art and trying to run the business and all that type of bullshit is everybody has the same 24 hours.
Right.
So then I come across, you know, oh yeah, AI can draw pictures for you. And I'm not trying to steal the computer's art, but I'm thinking to myself like, well, maybe it would be a good prompt.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to make it like I type in like a something and then it becomes the new sticker or art print or woodworking laser etch thing or whatever. But maybe I get an idea from what the AI shows me. You know? I've been screwing around with it. And the first thing I'm going to say is I don't like that I can't get access to like the most popular ones.
The best
like
stuff.
That frustrates me.
Yeah, I've been annoyed by that as well.
Well, it frustrates me because of this. I bet you I could. Like even
Sure.
Dolly 2 or whatever it's called. I could probably go on the Discord and like talk to the creators and just be like, hey, look, this is what we're doing. Like, can you give us a license so I can fuck around with it? We'll throw it on YouTube. Like, whatever you need. Mm-hmm. I can't bring myself to talk to,
I know.
That's too much. But this is the frustrating part of it. And it's part of it is hubris. Part of it is entitlement. Part of it is just like, hey, we are doing good shit. Like, come on, man. Give me some fucking access here. What do I got to do?
Yeah. What are you trying to use it for?
It depends. So, there's a bunch out there, right?
Right.
There's a couple that are really good. There are some that I'm using for prompts to make my own artwork, right? And then there are others that I'm using for like storyboarding.
Really?
Yeah, because what ends up happening is I think Dolly gives you like 5 or 6 different pictures usually.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
I think so.
So I'll type in a prompt, and I'll get 6 pictures. And the way my brain processes information is I'll look at those 6 pictures, and I can kind of start to clip together a storyboard if I want to do like an animation or something.
That's strange. All right.
I know it's weird, but I'm just saying, like, because it gives me enough. However the algorithms are written, it gives me enough variation where I go, okay, yeah, I can kind of see a story coming together here.
Okay.
So then I kind of latch onto that, and I'll roll with that. And then on the other side of it, like on the ones that are like a lot more detailed, where it's just like, oh yeah, you get like 1 or 2 pictures, but it's going to be very precise to what the prompt is.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll use that as like something as a base for like an artwork or things of that nature.
Okay. Yeah.
But like the concern is like people are on the social medias and YouTube and all that shit and going like, is this the end of artists?
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
Well, look. Those people are using it for very different purposes. Like, you're using it for very different purposes than I am.
Well, what are you using it for?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Oh my god. Like mine is just like, yeah, I'm using it as like a tool to further my creativity.
I'm just
You just
trying to live out
know
the
what
most
you're doing, you
insane visuals.
You need the fucked up shit in your head to be visualized in reality.
Yeah, I'm putting in stuff like Kevin Sorbo's Sonic Vor.
I don't even know Sonic Vor. What the fuck does that even mean? I'm looking at you.
No Vor.
I don't know Vor at all.
Oh wow, fantastic!
Yeah, educate me. Listen, I'm Christ to this woman at Home Depot. Can you just educate me?
That is typically pornographic content that involves consuming the other individual whole.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen that. Here's the thing. My biggest challenge in life is that I learn about shit, but I don't bother to learn the name of it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't go for, like, the obscene. Like, I'm talking about, like, day-to-day normal shit, too. I was working with this woman that has a master's degree from Harvard. I'm name dropping. No. She just pointed out some concepts to me about shit, and I was like, oh, yeah, I use that every day. I just didn't know what it was called. I don't bother with name. I think names and labels and shit are stupid.
Here's the thing. It doesn't really matter what it is. The Vor's not important to me.
It's important to me. I want to see consumption.
I'm just trying to get whatever random series of words in my head out.
Is Kevin Sorbo like as Hercules or like as God is not dead?
I'm happy with whatever they give me.
See, I have preferences.
See, because then like another thing that I want to see is I'm like, oh, Joe Biden tech decking over Pearl Harbor.
I kind of want to see that too, actually.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic.
I just feel like if anybody could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
little finger motion.
Like, that's
attack
really
tank.
how the war was solved?
Yeah.
There was not any. I'm going to be a nuclear denier. It's like, yeah, Hiroshima didn't happen. Joe Biden just tech-decked over Hiroshima. That was it.
Yeah. Got him.
Pearl Harbor, yeah. Yeah, it's safe.
Yeah. So no, that's the thing. Is like,
No, I
is
get
what
it. I
is
get
what
it. I
I'm
get
doing going to kill artists? I
No.
don't think so.
No. I
So
don't think
maybe
so
some
either.
really niche ones.
No, the thing of it is this, right? Is just that. So, I think my struggle to it all is that, in theory, as this gets better, right? So here's what it is. When drawing tablets came out, the same argument.
Oh yeah, will this kill traditional
It's like,
art?
oh, they can just trace. Oh, and it's like, yeah, but nobody did that.
Right.
So I think what's interesting about the human experience is that AI is going to get better. As a result, the human's going to get better. I believe that fully. I think what'll happen is you'll always be able to go, yeah, the AI shit's really good. However,
But have you seen the people shit?
I mean, it goes. Look at it as film.
Well, did you see the art competition that the AI won?
No.
Oh yeah, someone submitted AI generated art to some art competition
And they
somewhere
won.
in the U.S. Yeah, and it beat everyone.
Yeah, for sure. My point to it is this is the early stages, though, right? I think a good model would be to look at like CGI
Okay.
versus practical effects.
Okay.
For me personally, and again, I don't think everyone's going to share my opinion. I don't have it figured out. The best marriage is when you couple AI with practical effects. It's when you marry the two. It's when you accept the technology as part of the equation. The biggest failure is when you take the technology and you just rely on it. And obviously that kind of goes in tandem with just doing practical effects in this day and age. Like, that doesn't really work either.
Okay.
So to me, I think for now, sure, maybe an AI will win an art competition and whatever, and maybe it takes 5 years for people to catch on, but people are going to adjust. And I think ultimately it's a great tool. But I don't think it's gonna. I don't think we're headed towards a future of, well, the computers just make all the art now. I really don't.
It's one of those weird things where I think people have this fear that it's the next job that computers are taking over. You know, there was like the scares that, what was it, the automatic ordering booths at McDonald's were going to get rid of the cashiers.
Yeah,
and,
yet I'm still speaking to people when I go and get my
Right,
Mickey
right,
D's.
right.
Like, it's
Look,
fear. It's just, look, a lot of it is media.
Skynet's coming for our jobs.
Yeah, sure.
The Terminators
I'm
are
ready.
coming.
You know what? I'm going to lay my head down.
And you know what?
I'm going to let Schwarzenegger just crush my skull. It's fine.
You know what I'm happy about?
What?
That even in the barren hellscape of like post-humanity,
Yeah.
the machines have won.
Yeah.
We're wiped out.
Yeah.
We left them with the ability to create art.
Sure. I
Yeah.
mean, ultimately,
there will be art in a
yeah,
post-human
great.
Earth.
You know, you can absolutely argue, like, oh, yeah,
And-
that's a god complex in a way, I guess.
And somewhere in their algorithm, they'll have my bullshit.
Oh, it's on the internet.
One of them will fucking just be putting out the worst shit because of me.
Yeah.
And that's my legacy.
Not your
that's
son.
my legacy that will outlive humanity.
Yeah, not your son. Just the fact that we recorded some podcasts and the algorithm took that and just started creating like awful art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Kevin Sorbo Vor, Sonic, like...
Yeah, we fucking touched on a lot of stuff. The old new King of England and shit, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I think... I don't know if you know this, before we we close this one out, but like that's a lot of how, the King of England just has to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Queen.
Oh, he's gonna fucking the whole body.
Not the whole, like he's not a snake. Like he can just absorb the whole thing. Yeah, he's gonna take a little piece. Like I imagine it's like very.
That's
regal.
not. I see. That's the thing is, I picture it like a snake. Like,
No,
he's
it's very
just
regal. Like his swollen fingers. Like he's got his pinky out. Like the ring is like almost at this point cutting into his fingers.
I picture him upon his stomach.
Yeah, he slithers over to her.
Her feet at his mouth.
Yeah.
His jaw distended
so
grossly.
You're telling me, like, so for the 18 days or whatever the fuck they get of mourning.
Yeah. It's
After
the
it's
time
all
that it
over,
takes for him to consume.
Right. After it's all over, though, like, he just kind of, like, slithers up to the coffin and just consumes the whole... Does he eat the coffin, too, or just the body? All right.
Just the body.
They're kind enough to, like, take her out of the coffin, and then he snake, like... unhinges his jaw. Very, very taking of Deborah Morgan.
Yes, very much so, yeah.
And just eats her entire being. And then ultimately, the God-given right of monarch that was in Elizabeth transfers to Charles. Oh, yeah, makes total sense.
Yeah, now you're seeing it.
I'm glad. I'm glad I understand how to become the king.
That's the way.
Yeah. All right, I think with that one, we'll put this one to bed.
All right.
I'm going to need a little therapy after this one.
No, of course.
What do you got going on?
Oh, if you ever want to see what I'm up to, you can find me on TikTok at Partially Proficient. I do a little bit of model painting, terrain building as of late. And, we take long breaks, but that's for the mental health. So
it's important.
Come check me out if you want, though.
And I got to give you credit. Like, your artwork is coming a long way.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. So that wraps up episode 20 of Catalyst Corner. Thank you so much for tuning into this first 20, and here's to the next 20. You can reach us at catalystcrafting.com, and from there you can check out all of our social and the Etsy store and all of that. So appreciate you guys. Wouldn't be able to do this without you, and make sure you like, subscribe, and share the cast so we can push this even further. And let me know what you think. Does Paul have a chance with King Charles? Did I escape a murder charge? And would you buy a picture from the T-1000? All right, crew. I'll catch you on the next one.